Hello everyone, welcome back to Portfolio Reviews. Today we have Savar Sethi, who is a 3D environment artist, and for the specifics, he asked about like how he can stand out, so he can get more interviews and stand out from other applications. So basically, from the first look of it, like you see, you have some props and you have some environments. It's nice. I see you have one prop and then one environment in a row, like this small advertisement also with the name on thumbnail, which is nice to show up there. And let's see, yeah, you can elaborate more on the project and what you do. Nice, you have your LinkedIn email, which is good. And let's look and go to the last one. It's almost 2 years ago, so try to keep the latest work in your portfolio. And the one thing I see the right off the bat, usually the wood fibers are on the longer side. It could be because this is like usually 1 meter wide plywood or 2 meter wide plywood is there, right? It's usually it is on the longer side, so the top will be like on this direction, the wood fiber will be, and especially this one, this trim will be on this direction, like this is this direction, and then this is horizontal, which is not good. Like usually it should follow the length. Basically this is like thumb rule, should be in the longer direction, the wood fiber should be. Okay, and it look odd otherwise, like this, right? This mismatch is hurting this a bit. And it's already 2 year old, maybe you can polish it, or maybe make a new one or retexture it and post it. I usually try to avoid older than 2 years. It's a 3 year old surely. And yeah, and like this, so it's like, so it's like 6 year old work and you posted it 3 months ago. And if have you polished it? Yeah, so it's okay to keep it, but what I will suggest is like you polish it and then showcase it, like this was your old work and this is how you polished it with your upcoming skill. So that's setup. Then I don't know where these branches are red, maybe the texture is missing, and but it should not be this glowing red. It could be the mysterious plant, but this look odd. Why those are so red? And there is you can see there is this bag and this bench and this lamp. Okay, and there's some trying to add some story, but I'm not getting what it is. Okay, maybe it could be this is a bus stop and then the someone is it's a night in the rain and they have put their bag here, they're leaving a runaway or something like that, and then there's someone looking from the forest them, like the bench is visible, the light is visible, and the road and the bus stop is visible from here. Then it make more sense, add a story, right? And overall, like if it's just a lighting, I don't know what to say, like why that light is here in between the forest. Is it a supernatural thing, or there is actual a lamp? Like why this light is here, right? It does not make sense. So yes, there is no road coming in, there's a lot of dirt, and there's a guitar. I don't know why that guitar is there, right? It could be the same thing, that is the same person's guitar who run away, right? But it's too dirty and thing, so it can be improved. Okay, and let's look another one. It's 2 years old again, older work, and you can polish it and keep polishing your work to the your latest quality and the learnings that show. And yeah, so you can have more description in there, and you can keep it in your some environment also. Like if it takes time you can leave it, but try to texture it to more more detail and more close to the reference. One nights look overall noisy and grungy, right? Which we can reduce. We can have this rust and everything, but it should be in the areas, not everywhere, right? For the attention, for the more closer detail, we can have. And that's why these wires are bending. Maybe it's a design, but usually they're not supposed to be bent like this, right? Because they support each other, and then where this wire connect to the vehicle, so the wheel can be improved. And they see like some seam on these lines. What are those? They're looking a bit odd. So first, like, try to get the base materials set with a slight variation on the surface, then add dirt on the areas like where the dirt in the corners, rust where it come into contact. I see that there are like some welding details you can add, and because the kid might be standing here a lot while running, maybe, right? So then it gets scratched more, stuff like that. That can be done. I surely polish it, and it's already 2 year old, so it's better to polish it. Okay, so we have this card, and I can see this is again. This is the same environment I can see because this red thing is does not look good. I don't know which plant you can use mega scans and post it, but this look odd. The red in there, and it's better to put it on the path. You might have should have created some path and then place it on top, right? And that will be much, or a side of the road. You can park it on the side of the road, and you can show the story like the tire is broken or stuck in the mud or something like that. It's a much thing. And another thing I can see here, the fibers are not in the right direction. Okay, let me check. So this should be in the longer side. I can see some are in this direction, some are in this direction. Does not work, does not look good. And the wood should flow toward the long, because it's cut from the trees, and trees are usually long, so they made plank from the stump, and then those planks are usually longer, right? So they try to place it to the longer side and cut and place it to the longer side, which is if it's like squares, tiny squares, then it makes sense to have different directions. It could be on the smaller one, it could be, but mostly it will be chopped off from the longer plank, and that plank is in the longer side, and it look harmonized with the longer side. So which is happening everywhere, like the fiber continuation. And the other thing you can do, you can either make trims or you can sculpt the woods and overlap on top of each other, rotate it, and achieve the more fidelity than these sharp corners, right? And you can have much more better, more informations in there, and for sure for the texturing also. You see, this is big. And other than that, it seems like is it is this scene okay, it's the abandoned. You were trying to make an abandoned one. Then it should be more dirty and more overgrown, damped, and other stuff, right? So there will be more. And so I don't know how long it was abandoned, but there is some grass going on top. But there should be more moss and other things should be grown on top. And yeah, so it need more detail. Like this type of fiber does not look good, mostly. And yeah, this basically the two things. You just control the fibers, and then the fidelity, the amount of details we need more, and then the storytelling. Like if it's abandoned, then it need more texture work and more damages or dirtiness. And it will be abandoned on, it can be abandoned on the side of the road rather than in the forest, but there should be something right on the path, and why it is here, and that purpose should be here. I've seen some of the wagons like this used at food boxes, and then they are sitting on the side of the trail, right? And can be used in the season, but something like that. And it's like 3 months ago. I will surely, it's latest one. You can surely polish it. Okay. Okay. The last one, we have your gym equipment. It's again on the hmm. So it's like your attempt to make a hard surface prop. So what one thing is when you have so small bevels, so they do not bake right. So what you can, I don't know if it's like the same subdivided asset as is shown wireframe. Where it go? Seen a wireframe. Yeah, here. Maybe it is this, right? The same subdivided mesh, which is not good. Let's check it out, and we'll check the wireframe. Yeah, this is surely not game ready. It's subdivided, right? And look at this. Try to make a game ready version of it. Will be much better. Okay, and one thing which I was going to say, like, is basically the bevels, right? Like, even maybe in the real world they have bevels like this, but we can exaggerate it a bit. So we can have larger bevels, so it is visible from a distance, not just too sharp like this. Okay, so that's one, and the second is this will also be painted. This surely will be rubbed with the with this bar, but should be, painted same as this thing. And also should be some welding information where it's welded, right? And this is like too close, it might be having this U bracket, so you can make this U bracket long and some welding information here which is holding this bench. And we need some screw over here, which is, kind of assembly. Same goes for this. This is not welded, right? So this might be assembly. So we can have multiple holes here, maybe, or maybe a single hole with a bolt, screw, and bolted to the bar. Okay, and usually this seems like it go up and down, right? This thing, so it will be and usually they have, these type of things, bars here, so it can be placed in any bracket. But if you want to make this one, this will have some pin which help it to bring up and down. Okay, so other than that, like, these brackets will be much better, right? And then brackets should be either screwed or welded there, so that detail is needed. And if we talk about the material, it's too noisy again, right? What we need is first, you need to sort out the bevels, right? Keep them larger, and then make the base materials with the surface, some like very slight surface details, like some bumpiness or some roughness. After that, you add these corner dirt or usable, like, so the gym goers will put the feet here, so it will be rubbed here. Okay, and then they will put the rod multiple times, it will hit this surface, and this will, get scratched. And the bottom part of this will be scratched, and some surface, this will have some scratches like this, if it's going up and down. So we need some pin here in the model and some scratches on the surface. So like that, it will have, much more breathability in texture, rather than having too noisy. Usually clean also, so it should be clean, but only the relatable details, like where it will be, impacted, something like that. Okay, so overall, it's a good asset, just need to improve it to make it look. And same goes for the leather. We don't need to, it's like the brown thing, I don't know what it is. So usually it will have leather details, and it will, when you sit here, it will be pressed here more. And because when someone lifts on the chest, it put more pressure here, and head, maybe on the head also, and where they sit. So basically start cracking, and then start showing its the cloth holding the together. Maybe it's synthetic leather, not even real leather. So then it cracks, and then the fabric start to show up, right? And also underneath it there will be some bolts and screws holding this cushion together, right, underneath here. Okay, and yeah, so that's basically, the packing is fine, but overall, I believe if you want to make proper game ready asset, then make the topology right and make the high poly properly, and then some textures. Okay, that's pretty much it. I believe you have anything else. Nice. There's this environment look good overall. It's European cafe and okay, so like some generic village. You can take a village. Like you should check where it is. You could have searched this and where it is, and yeah. So this I could see where the mountains are very far away, but in our it seems very near. Right? Although our camera angle is fully supportive of that, we could have moved them back, and it doesn't matter if it is there. Like usually, you could have shown a larger landscape, and yeah, overall like this, overall the texture and everything is nice. But I'm thinking it's like this blend basically is usually have more prominent. So it's straight, but is there be some cement or something like that should be there to make it look on. And then this moss, you had this moss like is better than that. You can have some ivy growing, right? The vines basically, because it could be some Italian or some French village, so there could be some ivy growing up. This is like more maybe you have pizza boxes and everything there, and it's all your art. I'm not saying it's good overall, but basically from here, like wherever you have props, it look good. Like basically we need to make some connection shadow. Basically it does not, it seems the depth is missing. Like could be more depth, but some context shadow. And like for here where it's connecting something, like how it is connected to the surface basically, right? In the windows there could be these flower pots, and there's this light coming which could be darker like this window, or slight some curtain or anything you can put inside. Like you have some this pot here that could be on these windows also. And overall the in the first screenshot look good. It look busy, and there are cycle, the car, the houses, everything is good. It have this theme and look. And did you create the trees yourself, or is from Megascan? And this is like two straight line. Usually foliage is not in that straight line. Even these are look too crowded. Maybe you try added multiple flowers, but it's like two straight line and too crowded in there. And yep, that's pretty much it. And this is overall I like it, but I feel we need to polish it to match the details. Are this garbage here? Sure. Usually, like if it's closed, like it's not abandoned, right? It's if it's closed, this all equipment and everything they take it inside usually. So when they're closed, they will take all their stuff inside, and they will close the umbrellas. They will tie the chairs, maybe take the chairs also inside. Okay, so it's better to make it open and not throw garbage around, right? And because if it's closed, then you will not have these props usually. So they will put it inside before closing. And I think you can keep it open. You can just say open, and you don't have to open the door, and you can make it cleaner, and it's fine. Right? You don't need to add people, but it's fine to make it alive. Okay, and yeah, too much dirt. Like you don't need to add too much dirt and garbage in the places, and just watch over these seams. This building here. Okay, and you can use vertex blend. Yeah, I can see you have added some this maybe decals, this leakage thingy, but it look like it should be the other way on the top, but in the bottom it should be dirt. You can use vertex blending, you can use other decals to add that dirt. I think vertex blending would be the best option to do that overall, right? So yeah, so in there that will be much better to make it's nice you're showing this is the block out. It is. So what you can try out, you can make modular. You don't need to. It's just like one building. You don't need to. Right? I want to know, like, is like, are you taking the whole building as one, or are you making, different pieces and then taking them in Unreal and rebuilding the thing? Also with these parts, right? If you see in the reference, they have some organicness to it. So that organic touch you can give to it. And you see the pods, they are much simpler. We don't need to make them that crowded. There is this lights which are really nice. You looks nice on the cafes when you put, and it's closed, and this also just make it open. It'll be much better, and you can add the lights basically going from here and then to the corner. Basically have the bulbs in there. It will look more alive that way. And yeah, it's a nice idea. Other than that, let's check if we missed something. So yeah, overall this is like you for the environment, remove the old works you have, right, and try to keep the latest work, and polish them as much as possible. And I can see this thing with the wooden parts, make sure those tiny issues are not there, and polish the texture. Try to, you don't need to make everything dirty, like here and here, right? Try to make something more clean, and for maybe archways, and try to, like, it could be used, but like at least maximum keep it like 1 year used, right? So it's like used for 1 year maximum. So that add that many details thoughtfully, and just think like, if people are living there, they will clean it up also. Like same for the restaurant. And here the so much dirt was here was the garbage and everything, and this one was also abandoned, so there will be dirt. So and have all the props also have grunge and this grimy look, so which we can avoid. Okay. And yeah, so this is you what you can do. You can check Decagon for the props. So they have really nice props in there, so you can check the amount of details they have and the amount of things they add, right? And then just replicate it. Like with the drawer, you can see the wooden, right? So they have so many props. You can go, don't go for this ash and decay because they have really old, but for the overall detail, you can pick, like they go with their latest assets. Okay. And you will understand. I think they have their, okay, you see. So make your drawer look like this wood. You see there is some roughness variation, some trims and details. It's not that dirty. Okay, but you have some the gradient dirt and everything. Okay, the bottom. And look at this leather. It's not that dirty and grimy. And but I will believe we can still reduce the number of still these black patches I don't like, but you can keep it the amount of details in there. And this is the grimy ones, but yeah, try to make it so there are like vehicles, so you can check, and they had so many props before also, so you can check it out and try to replicate the details here. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, just follow their props and try to replicate the details as much as possible in your prop. Okay? And both of them, and even the bench, try to showcase the story more properly with the environment and with the elements with it. Like this should be a purpose, why you using these particular things, those props. So yeah, so polish it and republish it, and let me know if you need any help or any guidance with anything. Okay, I will always be here. So we look forward to your upcoming works. So until then, have fun and take care. Cheers.